Did you know that goldfish actually have a memory span of months, not seconds? But here's the twist. Maybe we should embrace that 3-second myth anyway. What if forgetting like a goldfish could actually transform your life? I'm about to share something that completely changed how I approach daily stress, and it starts with understanding why your brain might be sabotaging your happiness. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll discover how selective amnesia could become your secret weapon for personal growth. Think about yesterday. Right now, try to remember every single worry that consumed your thoughts. The anxiety about that email response, the stress over running 5 minutes late, the mental spiral about what someone might have meant by their tone. I'm betting you can barely recall half of them. Yet in those moments, each felt monumentally important. This is where the goldfish wisdom kicks in. These little creatures live entirely in the present moment, unburdened by yesterday's algae shortage or tomorrow's tank cleaning. While we've mythologized their memory as hilariously short, we've missed the profound lesson hiding in plain sight. Your brain is essentially a worry-generating machine that evolved to keep you alive in dangerous environments. It's constantly scanning for threats, filing away concerns, and replaying scenarios that might never happen. This served our ancestors well when actual predators lurked behind every tree, but now it's keeping you awake at night, wondering if you sounded weird during that Zoom call. Here's the fascinating part about forgetting minor worries. It's not about becoming careless or irresponsible. It's about developing what I call selective mental retention. You're training your brain to distinguish between legitimate concerns that deserve attention and the mental clutter that's just taking up valuable real estate in your headspace. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine your mind as a smartphone with limited storage. Every minor worry is like a random photo you'll never look at again, slowly filling up your memory until your phone starts lagging. The Zen of Forgetting is essentially deleting those blurry screenshots of nothing so your device can actually function properly. But how do you actually implement this goldfish strategy without becoming completely detached from reality? Start with the 24-hour rule. When something bothers you, ask yourself honestly, will this matter in 24 hours? If the answer is no, consciously choose to let it swim away like water through your mental gills. The magic happens when you realize that most of our suffering comes not from actual events, but from our persistent memory of them. We carry around invisible backpacks filled with every perceived slight, every awkward interaction, every moment we wish we could redo. Meanwhile, goldfish are out here living their best lives, completely unburdened by last week's drama. Personal growth often requires unlearning as much as learning. You need to forget the limiting stories you tell yourself, the grudges that serve no purpose, and the perfectionist standards that paralyze you into inaction. This isn't about developing amnesia. It's about becoming incredibly selective about what deserves permanent residence in your mental space. I started practicing this goldfish approach during my morning coffee routine. Every sip became a moment to consciously release yesterday's collection of minor irritations. That person who cut me off in traffic? Gone. The slightly awkward pause during a conversation? Deleted. The worry about whether I locked the front door? Swimming away into the digital ether. The beautiful irony is that by forgetting the unimportant stuff, you create space to remember what actually matters. Your relationships become richer because you're not carrying yesterday's baggage into today's conversations. Your creativity flourishes because your mental bandwidth isn't consumed by irrelevant concerns. This goldfish mentality isn't about lowering your standards or becoming apathetic. It's about recognizing that your attention is your most valuable currency, and you have complete control over how you spend it. Every moment you waste replaying minor annoyances is a moment stolen from experiencing genuine joy, connection, or growth. So here's your challenge. For the next week, embrace your inner goldfish. When minor worries surface, imagine them as bubbles floating to the surface of your mental fishbowl, then watch them pop and disappear. Notice how much lighter you feel when you stop carrying around a collection of meaningless concerns. Remember, the goal isn't to forget everything, but to become incredibly intentional about what you choose to remember. Your future self will thank you for this selective amnesia.